Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge, and today we have Fly. This is a National Geographic documentary. It is from 2024. It's brand new. It's an hour and 53 minutes long, and it's about base jumping and the people who do it. It's specifically three couples that it focuses on. And this is, by the way, not just like a documentary that's about how people do it. It's not just about the adrenaline rush, the Monster Energy drink kind of just driven kind of shots. There's plenty of thrilling, sometimes if you're afraid of heights, nauseating types of shots. Just people in these squirrel suits, these flying squirrel suits. They call them jumpsuits or something. I forget what they exactly call it, but it's pretty astounding footage, and you get to follow along with these people, and it is about them, specifically about their compulsion to do something like this and what it would take to even make them stop, if that's even possible. But yeah, it's at one point thrilling and beautiful, and just imagine just flying like this. You don't have to imagine. You can learn it. In fact, these people also teach how to do base jumping, whether it's from a bridge or from a high cliffside out in the desert, or mountains and throughout Europe. It's honestly, it's just some gorgeous photography, some thrilling video, but it's also absolutely terrifying, and it's deadly. They come into this, they say it a number of times, they deal with the fact that when they get together every year in Las Vegas, I think it's at least every year, they know that there's going to be at least a few people missing from that photo, and not dying of old age or because they couldn't get a flight in, but because they died doing what they love. It's to say, oh, well, you know what? We've gotten to the point now where it's super safe and nobody ever gets hurt or dies. Well, guess what? They do. And I'll tell you this much. Not everybody makes it through this documentary. I know it sounds overly dramatic. It sounds like it would be a hook, but it's no. Yeah, this was shot, by the way, in IMAX, and was exhibited in IMAX screens in different theaters around the country when it came out last year. But it's about real people and about their real connections to each other. They all know each other, I believe, even though at least two of the couples know each other. Most of the time, it seems like a bunch of dudes who, like a few American guys who kind of listless, don't have much to do, just party and jump off cliffs, and then they just hook up with really hot European women who also jump off cliffs. That seems to be the way it works. Adrenaline junkies, I guess, are drawn to each other, and this seems to be proof of it. But each of them have a different kind of scenario. I don't even think it was necessarily intentional, but we see some elders in that. Marta and Jimmy. She's the one who actually got Jimmy into doing base jumping. We find out pretty early that he just wanted to show her that he could do it, and he's a bit of a loose cannon, but he is, again, one of the elders in this, and the two of them teach other people, bus loads of people to a bridge, and then they help them all jump off and make sure they take all the security precautions they need to in a training room where there's no danger, all the way out to the very end when they start jumping out of really high places, and not so high places, but places far enough that you can get your chute open when hopefully in time. There are moments through this where people experience people that we get to know through this, not just these three couples, but there's other friends and other people that recur throughout this almost 2 hours, and you see that there's usually people following them with a camera mounted to their helmets, or shooting from the cliffs above or from a distance, seeing them come down, but they're also wearing a camera on their own helmets as they're jumping. So we get multiple angles from this, even when there are accidents. When somebody jumps off a cliff and the wind just gusts a little bit too hard and pushes them towards the cliffside, bashing them into it and making it a very hard drop. There's moments where the wind just pushes things to a certain degree where a person their chute doesn't even properly open, or it just something messes up, and you not only get to see, they don't necessarily see anybody hit, they do not show that, but you do see them hit from their own camera that they're wearing, and their experience of hitting the ground and just the pain. One of our people, I'm going to call them characters, not characters, one of the people literally breaks their femur and their spine, and at some point you do not know whether they're going to live or die. They're 30 minutes from bleeding out right there at the base of this mountain. And what do? It's exhilarating. It's fun for these people. It's a passion, but they know that every single time they jump, there's a chance, no matter how small or great, that they're going to die. And why do they do this? And these are couples. We get to see there's lots of romance, there's lots of love, there's lots of passion between each of these couples. They have a strong friendship base with hundreds, if not thousands, of people that they gather with on the top of these mountains, these bridges, and in Las Vegas at certain times of the year. Both celebrate surviving another year and also to celebrate those they've lost. And what do you do when you're, a young couple and you're not afraid of anything? What if you want to have a baby? What if you're having a baby? Does that mean you stop? What if one of your partners dies or is permanently injured? Do you stop? Can you stop? There's some really big questions in this, and there's moments of humor, there's moments of terror. It's all over the place in many cases, but it's a pretty strong thread throughout it that these are people living on the edge, living with more I don't know if it's bravery or stupidity, but they got a whole lot more of it than I do when it comes to doing something like this. And I would, I'd love to be able to say, yeah, I'll just step up and do that. I'll get the proper training first and certification, but then I'm going to just jump off of mountains and live life to the fullest. No. I'm good. I can be stupid for not living life to the fullest and risking everything to jump off a mountain. I feel like I could do it, maybe, but probably not. If pushed. Oh, no, maybe not pushed. You don't want to be pushed. You need to be prepared for that jump. Maybe for a really high amount of money, very large sum of money, maybe, and proper training. But this is something for a special set of people who have a bit more grit and adrenaline fueled compulsion to do this kind of thing. If their pulse isn't racing at 1,000 miles an hour, I guess that's why are you even living? And so they're dealing with a lot. And like I said, not everybody makes it out of this. So take that into consideration. Also, there's lots of strong language. This is not censored in any way. Lots of F-bombs. Just this is not necessarily for the kids if you're concerned about them hearing swear words. If they can't handle swear words, they're little kids who happen to repeat every fun new word they hear and take it to school or church with them. Well, guess what? This is probably not for them. So definitely check this out if you are into this kind of thing. odds are you've already seen it because you probably know who these people are. Or if you think you might want to do something like this is a worthwhile thing to check out. And again, it's beautifully shot. People only get first names like Marta or Jimmy or yeah, I can't remember. I'm blanking on all the names, but nobody gets a last name in this. I don't know why, but yeah, it's directed by oh, come on, Christina Clusiau and Shaw Schwartz. So yeah, I don't know if this got nominated. I thought I heard about this getting nominated to win, but yeah, it's to win an Academy Award or something similar, but I don't know. I couldn't find it. And I'm not going to waste your time looking for it. You can find it yourself if you care. So yeah, definitely check this out if you're looking for something a little bit different in the documentary realm that is not just like looking at animals or space or whatever. This is definitely people living on the edge, and it's pretty exciting. So let's pick tomorrow's episode. 180. Yeah, I can't say that I knew what I was going to expect. It's not just glory shots of people just zipping in and out of stuff and like that kind of stuff where you just are watching like ESPN 4 or something. I don't know, Ocho. but no, it's much more than that. Okay, we got another documentary type thing. By the way, we have more documentary type things than anything else left remaining on Disney Plus. National Geographic has, of course, a lot of these things. But yeah, we've got twice as much. I think we have the same amount. If you added the other 4 categories together of movies, shorts, and series, they might equal the amount of documentaries we have. So, and we're getting more. So, in fact, this first quarter of 2025 has more new additions than I've ever seen. Some of it's documentary, some of it's other stuff. Some surprising things, but we'll talk more about that on April 1st when the quarter ends. I've just done my research. We're going to be watching something that I believe is very Disney, though. This is Sketchbook. I'm not sure how much of a documentary it is, but I think yeah, we'll find out tomorrow. Sketchbook is what we're watching next on the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. I'll see you back here tomorrow with that.